Welcome to my channel where I speak with a broken English but the food tastes amazing. Today I'm going to make liquid caramel. We could use it to make flan or pudding or any type of dessert that you would like to use it for. This is very easy to do but require a lot of safety. We're going to need two pots, one with water and one without water. We're going to need 1 cup of sugar. We're going to need 1/4 measurement. So you could use this water to put it with the sugar on the pot that is dry. And 1/3 for you to use it with hot water when your caramelized come to the desired color. First, we're going to put the water to boil because you want the water to have a high temperature because the caramel is going to be really hot and high temperature. I suggest you to use a kitchen glove or some mittens so you could be safe because caramel is kind of dangerous. Once the water is boiling, you're going to turn it off, and it's better if you use a pot that has a stick handle, a long handle, and put it in the back of the stove, on the last burner on the back. So then like that you have space to keep a distance from it. Put it on the back burner, not on the front one, so you have more safety precaution. And you're gonna turn on your fire, let it get warm, and then you're gonna add the 1 cup of sugar, and you're going to add room temperature 1/4 of water. Room temperature water, and you're gonna let it caramelize. If you see that in the borders it's getting darker than the middle, just take the handle of the pot and move it left and right and around, so it makes sure that all the colors are the same. Or you could take a wooden spoon. In this case I'm using a baking one, but you could use a wooden one if you like. And you're going to see that all the water is going to dissolve, and it's going to start changing the little blonde color like I said. You're going to start moving it. Very careful that you don't get burned because this is very dangerous. But if you follow this step like I'm telling you, you're going to be safe. Use a pot that has a handle. When you see this color that is almost brown but it's not, I want you to turn off the fire because it's going to continue cooking. So this is the time when you are going to move it around and leave the stove off and add the 1/3 of the hot water. And now let me tell you something. This is very tricky. That water is going to splash up, so you want to make sure you keep a distance. I'm going to be using this that I use for when I'm frying chicken to make sure that it doesn't splash on my face. But I use a long spoon like I used to serve soup to add it up, so make sure I keep my distance and it's not on my face. And that you already have the stove off, but since the temperature it was already high inside the pot, do not let it burn. That's why we turn off the stove, to make sure that it doesn't get burned, that it stays on this color, because if it gets darker than this, if it gets dark brown, then it's going to be bitter, and you don't want to have a bitter dessert. You want it to have warm. Make sure you use a mitten or a kitchen glove to stir right after you add the water. You see the kind of splash a little bit, like it kind of bubble up basically. But you want to make sure you're safe. So because the stove is off, it's going to stop doing that really quickly. So you're just going to stir it so it be liquefied. And when you're doing this, it's going to look like it's watery, but don't worry about it. it looks watery at the beginning, right? But once the temperature is start lowering down and start getting into room temperature, it's gonna get thicker. So don't worry about it. When you add the 1/3 of water, it's gonna look liquidy, but trust me, as it starts to cool off, it's gonna thicken up, and by the time it get to room temperature, it's going to be thick. It's going to be that nice and thick liquid caramel that you want to either make your Spanish flan or pudding or whatever dessert that you want to use this liquid caramel for. In Spanish we call it flan. I know that in English they call it caramel pudding, but it's the same thing. And look how the consistency already started changing. Mind you, it have not cooled off yet. It looks beautiful. See, it's not dark brown, but it's a little dark gold. Don't let it get, that's why we turn off the stove as soon as we see that nice, I call it blonde. That's nice blonde. And now we're gonna wait until it cooled off, and look how it's already started getting thick. It looks beautiful. So what you are gonna do is that you're gonna let it cool off into a room temperature, and then you're going to transfer into I'm gonna use a glass bowl to transfer so it could get cool off. Because this cup has a easy to pour, so I'm going to put it here, and then when it cool off, I'm gonna put it in a glass jar and put it away for whenever I need to use it. And you can store it in the refrigerator. You see how it got thick? As it cool off, it got thick. Oh, this is amazing. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. I will have the pudding or the flan recipe for you to learn how to make it. God bless, and don't forget to subscribe.